Hey guys, welcome to High Conflict Co-Parenting Unplugged with Grandma Divorce. This is where I talk to you about my real life struggles with co-parenting with a high conflict parent who I also recently found out is a covert narcissist, which probably is not going to be a surprise to you guys because I feel like most high conflict parents, there is something seriously mentally wrong with them that we couldn't pinpoint until we divorced them. One of the things I learned in the last few years of my marriage was how to shut down, how to disassociate from a conversation. I had to do these things because I actually was verbally abused by this man, which I actually never realized I was. I went from being able to vocalize my feelings to learning that that would trigger rage in him, to basically not engage. So there were a lot of moments when he would berate me, menace me, yell at me, and sometimes it would be for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, longer than that. And I would literally remember standing there and not saying anything and just letting him do it, because the alternative was if I did speak up, then it would trigger a rage episode that was worse than what he was already doing, punching walls or something like that. These episodes of him basically berating me and menacing me, I would not engage in them because I just wanted them to be over as fast as possible. I felt like sometimes if I were to engage in them, it would last longer. So I would always just freeze up and not talk about it. After he had left the first time, I remember really parallel parenting with him, meaning not talking to him very much, not associating with him, not texting him very much, not updating him on very many things. That was very healthy for me. But I think that for him, it turned into him calling me the ice queen or me having no emotions. And he would use that against me a lot. Because there must be something wrong with me, right? Because I was the one that's not showing any emotion, that I didn't have an empathetic bone in my body. But guys, if you do this, just remember, this is a defense mechanism. We don't do these things because we don't have feelings. It's the way that we protect ourselves from our aggressor. Me shutting down and me not engaging with him was not because of the fact that I didn't have any emotions or I didn't have certain feelings about what was happening. It was because I was being emotionally abused, and that was my way of protecting myself. And to be honest, that was also what it was kind of like being raised in my household too. I was raised in a strict family where children were not allowed to express emotions. We were seen and not heard. Our wants and needs didn't matter. As long as we had a roof over our head, we have clothes, and we had food to eat, our emotional well-being was unheard of. If we cried, it was kind of like, why are you crying? You shouldn't be crying. There's nothing to cry about. So yeah, in a lot of my childhood, I did learn how to disassociate, how to shut down. And when I was being mentally abused in my marriage, that is kind of like what I did. Went back to my childhood roots and shut down. Now, here's the thing with covert narcissists, okay? There's nothing you can do that is the right thing. So when I was cold or I was stonewalling him or when I was engaging with him, I was known as the ice queen. He would be mad that he didn't know how I was feeling about certain things. So right now, I'm actively communicating with him because I want to have a good co-parenting relationship with him. And because my kids are older now, their schedules are way more hectic when they were, say, when they were 3 or 4. So yeah, there are some things that we need to talk about. Well, now he is doing the opposite, where he is definitely the one that's not engaging, which is totally fine. But when I'm sending you an email and you don't respond back, don't expect me to read your mind, okay? For instance, don't expect that I know that you're going to show up to practice when you didn't show up the last 2 times there was a practice. And don't be mad at me for not understanding that you weren't going to come to practice when, again, you didn't show up the last 2 practices. So how would I have known? So now I started being super friendly to him. And guess what, guys? I think that actually even pisses him off more. So again, nothing you can do is the right thing to do. But definitely don't say the things that you are secretly thinking in your head. I guess my only advice to deal with a high conflict parent is like either be emotionless or be super nice. Both kills them secretly inside. So anyway, there's an update on how I became the Ice Queen. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe. Talk to you guys next time.